Be a tree. I heard a reel, like a reel on Instagram the other day, and it went something like this. It was a lady talking, and she was saying something along the lines of, "I'm tired. I'm being a woman is tiring. Being a woman comes with a lot of baggage and a lot of responsibilities, and I am just tired." As a woman, we are expected to do everything, from childbearing to child raising to doing the shopping, to cooking, to everything. Anyways, she ended this reel by saying, "God, please, in my next life, can I just be a tree?" And something hit me in that moment. Something touched my soul when I heard that, heard her. I mean, the way she said it is, I'm sure she's saying a lot of what she's saying in a jokey way. But at the same time, there's probably a lot of women and probably men as well that can agree and say, that they're tired and, can I just stop for a minute? Can I just not be human? I'm done with being human. It's tiring, it's too much effort, there's too much sacrifice, and there's way too much responsibility. But what really hit my soul when she said, "Can I just be a tree?" is that, yeah, you absolutely can. And you can be a tree right now. There's nothing stopping you from being a tree now. You don't have to wait until your next life if, that's what you believe. You don't have to wait. There is nothing stopping you from being a tree. Now, obviously, what I mean by that, I don't mean literally go and stand in a park and not move, because as humans, we do things. We're creative beings. We go shopping, we have children, we raise children, we cook food, we wash clothes. Like, it's endless. There is never nothing to do. There's always something going on in the human world, in society. There's always something happening. So what I mean when I say you can be a tree now is that there are three main things a tree does, or a tree has, in my opinion. And one is firm, strong roots. Their roots are so strong and so firm and grounded where they are. The roots are strong, they're embedded. They know that this is where they're going to stand and this is where they're going to stay. And those roots are what feeds the tree and nurtures the tree. And I don't know much about gardening and trees and how they actually grow and the magic of that, but everything a tree needs is in that, that seed that then forms these roots that are just solidified into the ground. And that's one. Two is, it doesn't resist what is. There is no resistance to what is. Which means, like, a tree, whether it's windy or sunny or a big massive storm like the one we had a few months ago, or potentially even a year ago, who knows when that was, trees get knocked down and blown away. They don't resist against it. They don't say, although they're very firm and solid, they can still bend at will. The branches still sway. They don't resist. They don't argue against what's happening. They don't say, "No, no, 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 don't knock me over. I need to stay here. I'm a tree and this is..." No, they just fall. They just do what is and what's happening, and they have no story about what's going on because they're a tree. So there's no resistance to what is. And then the third thing, and I think the most important thing, the sort of the fundamental thing, maybe the point I want to get across in this video, is that trees have the ability to thrive even when all odds are stacked against them. So I've seen trees been like, not seen them in action, but I've seen a tree that's been fallen over, that's, you know, been knocked over by a storm or by whatever, and then it's rooted itself back into the ground, or it's, you know, it's still there, it's still growing, there's still leaves coming off of it, and yet it's lying down. It's just, it adapts to what's around it and it thrives. It's happy, it's able to continue being a tree, and not just in a survival way, not just being, I think that's the thriving in it. That word for me is like really, really important in this. It's able to thrive, and then it carries on that 3 sort of step cycle of firm foundation, firm roots, no resistance, and the ability to thrive no matter what, even when all odds are stacked against them. Now, what I see with this metaphor that came to me after hearing this video is that we're the same as humans. We forget that we have these tree-like qualities. We have the ability to form firm foundations, firm, strong roots, like grounded in who we truly are. You know, just stop for a minute, pause this video and ask yourself, who am I? Who am I before the form, before the Becca, before what we can see and touch and name and label? There's something else going on. There's a formless. Who am I at that formless nature, at that core? Now find your word for it, find what works for you. But what works for me is peace, that before the form and after the form, I am peace. That's who I am at my core. So my firm foundations, my roots are embedded in peace, because that's who I am. And so from that, I can, it's like with the roots deeply in that peace, I can, you know, hold myself up like a tree, knowing that at my core, I am peace. And the second one is no resistance to what is. Now, I love this saying, what we resist persists. It is so true. It rings true again and again and again. Anything that we are showing resistance to, why is it raining? Why is it too hot? Why are you shouting? Why? And we're arguing again. Why am I hungry? Why am I this? Why is that happening? And we argue against what is. When we're able to let go of that resistance, let go of the fighting, let go of the suffering and the stress of needing to fight against what is. Now, what is, when that statement, what that means is what's happening right now. And that isn't very much. There isn't very much happening in the now. There isn't. There's a lot of noise, there's a lot of thoughts, there's a lot of what happened yesterday, what might happen in the future, what I'm feeling, you know, thoughts that are coming in, really, really loud thoughts. I'm hungry, so that means X, Y, Z, da, 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 da. All these things, those are just noise. When we cancel all of that out and we look at and sit in the moment of what is, it isn't very much, and there isn't a need to resist it. I'm sitting here now, this is what is. I'm sitting here, I'm recording this video. There is nothing else. Right now, there is nothing else. All that there is me recording this video. Nothing else is happening. This is it. Find your okayness, find the space inside you where you can stop and see what is in every moment. Because, like me, I think you'll find that it isn't much. Now, this isn't believe what I say, you know, I'm not saying I'm right and this is the ultimate truth, but play with it. Truly look into it. What is happening right now? Take away the noise, the past and the future, and come back to now. And when we find the space in us where we don't need to resist, we don't need to go against what's happening now, we don't need to struggle upstream, we can flow. We can go with the flow of the current, and it's a much easier ride. And now the last one, and probably my favourite one, and the one that really changed my life beyond belief, is the ability to thrive even when all odds are stacked against you. Now, over the years, humans and trees alike have been through a lot. So much has gone on in the 29 years I've been alive, and then before that as well, and thousands of years that humans have been existing. And yet, we're still here and we're still thriving. Maybe some of you are just surviving, just coping. Maybe you are struggling and the idea of thriving isn't even in your existence right now. But what I want to get across is that power to thrive is in you. It's innately yours. That resilience, that no matter what's happened in your life and no matter what's happening right now, you have the power, you have the innate resilience in you to thrive, to enjoy your life to its full content, to your full content. You can enjoy the life you have, your experiences, moment to moment. It is possible because it is innately in you, that resilience, that ability, that superpower to thrive, not just survive, thrive is yours. As humans, I see it more and more. We are made to thrive, to grow, to learn, to have fun and to create. So go, be a tree. Be a tree, create some firm foundations, some firm, solid roots that you can ground yourself in. Know that resistance is not the answer. Stand in a space of no resistance. Stand in a space of going with the flow, of going with what makes sense to you as the moment comes. Sit in what is and find the space in you where what is okay. And know that you have this superpower inside you that gives you the ability to thrive. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a beautiful day and see you somewhere soon. Bye.